Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to talk about what's it called? Saturday Night Main Event that just happened yesterday. A new 3 count with Gino coming up. As you can see, Toddy's really excited about this pay-per-view or that show as well. I don't get the hate for it, honestly. I thought it tied into storylines quite well. It actually had a huge return in it. Ended a feud. Was it their best match? No. You can say that for a few people. There was an awful botch that happened. Um, And I know a lot of people are going to hate on it, but I think that John Cena and our Truth match was absolutely brilliant the way it was done and told, right down to the entrances of both. Um, Toddy agreed with me, as you guys can see. It was only a 5 card match, I believe. And honestly, it was for me 2 hours of enjoyment. I thought everything about it was really good. And Toddy seems to not think as well, huh? She doesn't like it, some of the matches, right, Tots? It's the first time she's been on TV in a while. So she's a little nervous, I guess. I don't know what's up with her this morning. Um, but yeah, let's get into it. The show kicked off with CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins' new group, and everyone was convinced there was going to be a third man. Everyone thought it was going to be Sami Zayn was going to turn, and the whole thing was a story and a play that Sami Zayn was actually in cahoots with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker the whole time. They're going to set up CM Punk. That was not the case. We'll talk about who the third man is later on. But as a match, those are three very good wrestlers and a guy who's the future of the business and Braun Breaker. I thought there's points it was kind of sloppy, but there was also points it was very good. Sami Zayn is a great baby face. CM Punk does not have much left in the tank. Obviously, you guys know that. You can tell he's old. You can tell he's getting slower, longer in the tooth. It's probably very clingy this morning. She doesn't want you guys see me. Um, yep. But she doesn't like CM Punk disrespect either. Apparently, good match. Was it what you expected it to be? I thought it'd be a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's the right match to kick off the show. I thought it should have been that, where the steel cage should have been kicking off the show. But they went with CM. There goes Toddy, by the way. They went with CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus, like I said, Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. Like I said, this was a very storyline-driven show. Very well done. I think the whole thing played into each other well, and in the end, the third man was revealed, and it was Bronson Reed as kind of a tease that he was not the third man, but he took out CM Punk, distracted Sami Zayn, because of course, like many other people are saying, what happens when a wrestler sees another wrestler ringside or something happen ringside, they get distracted and forget they're in a match. Braun Breaker, who was the right person, hits the spear and gets the pin on Sami Zayn. We all knew Sami Zayn was in that match to take the pin because CM Punk does not lose much. He gets beat down a lot, doesn't lose much. And then there was the tease because Braun Breaker got in the ring and he was staring down Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. And Braun Breaker stepped in front of him, lowered the straps, and was ready to fight. And Seth Rollins just walked right past Braun Breaker, hugged Bronson Reed, and Bronson Reed hugged him back. And then Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed shook hands, and Paul Heyman, I think, also did not know this was happening because you could see the look on his face. Overall, I'd say it did a good job. It's going to lead to more of a three-way match at SummerSlam or Money in the Bank. The only question is who's the third man going to be for Team Punk. I want to say one person, but it doesn't make sense because there's nothing to do with the story. I guess they're going to be a little bit of teasing till Money in the Bank. But we already have one match confirmed for Money in the Bank. We'll talk about that when the main later on the show here. Um, Good story. Right person got the pin. Good finish. I like the fact that Bronson Reed is now part of this group, so it even adds more muscle, threat, and protection to Seth Rollins on his quest to get the title from Jay. And also, Bronson Reed has unfinished business with Jay due to the War Games match, right? Because Jay was the guy that was on the table when Bronson got hurt. Um, I'm gonna give this match a silver. It wasn't gold, it wasn't bronze, it was a silver. Following that, bronze medal, and even still, these girls have had better matches with each other. Um, this is for the United States Women's Championship with Lena Vega versus Chelsea Green. There's a couple botches, both by the champion, unfortunately. One of them broke Chelsea Green's nose. The other one was a really weird looking 619. It just something about this match didn't click. And also, I don't understand how Zelina Vega goes from having friends on SmackDown to no friends on on the show. But yet the Hervises together like were Me Chin and B Fab when Chelsea Green. I mean, sorry, Zelina Vega needs help on the ringside to take care of those two. Um, like I said, this match just I'm a fan of both these girls. I think Chelsea Green's had a fantastic 2025 and part of 2024. Um, this match just didn't click for some reason. Like I said, they've had good matches in the past. This just didn't work, and I'm assuming this is going to be the end of this feud because Chelsea Green has never beat Zelina Vega. I don't know why that is. It just never happened, and we'll see what happens from here. I'm not trying to hate on anyone, but I think Zelina Vega might have to have that belt taken away from her because it's just not working. I understand there's a reason why they gave her the belt, but there's no connection with the crowd or nothing, and like I said, this match just seemed to have fallen flat on a night that had not incredible matches, but great stories with it. This just yeah did for me personally nothing. Following that, we had probably the most story-driven match and a brilliant match and a brilliantly told story. It was John Cena coming out, like John Cena has for the last couple of months. No video, no promo, no talking to Stu on the ramp like he used to always do. Just walking into the ring with his "The Last Time Is Now" tour. Uh, what's it called? Towel on behind his head and a belt behind his back. Walk into the ring and has Lillian Garcia announce him the same way the ring announcer has. And his biggest fan, our Truth, comes out to the exact same music as John Cena, but he's Raw and Cena wearing the old school throwback John Cena gear. And I thought this was absolutely brilliant. A lot of people are hating on it, saying it was stupid. There's no point for it. I'm gonna give this a gold solely because it's based on story and what happened later on in that match, or sorry, later on in the evening. But um, yeah, this was absolutely brilliant. The right thing had to happen. John Cena beat the piss out of our Truth and killed the last remnants of what was good guy John Cena. Our Truth got a little bit of offense in, but you could tell he was hesitant to do certain things. He wasn't even doing the same moves as John Cena always does. This is such a story-driven match. It was short. It was to the point like it should have been. I don't think it went more than 5 minutes, but it did the job it was supposed to do. We all knew John Cena was never going to lose to our Truth. This is also not for the title, so it didn't really matter either way. Sorry, guys. Um, I thought it was just brilliantly done. Outstanding work by both to tell this story and finally put a caper on it with John fully committing to that bad guy turn by killing the last remnants of what was good guy John Cena. And good work on our Truth to be able to put in the effort he put in for this match. Um, like I said, I'm going to give it a gold solely because what it did, like how it told the story and what the story meant. And if you've been following wrestling for God near a decade, you understand what's going on here. Mhm. Little Jimmy, John Cena. John Cena's biggest fan is our Truth. He even had an imaginary friend named Little Jimmy who was friends with John. Um, like I said, John Cena would play a huge role in Saturday Night Main Event more than you've seen in the last couple of weeks. Because following that match, he had an interaction with Jey Uso backstage, and he said he was going to be embarrassed. Jey Uso should be embarrassing himself because he's about to lose a belt to a YouTuber, and they had a little bit of back and forth, kind of a tease that something may happen in the future. Maybe champion versus champion. We'll see. But the seeds were kind of laid there. That's going to give me a silver for that interaction because it's a good kind of little tease there. And then we had steel cage match, which um for a blood feud, I think this kind of fell flat. This is something that should have been on the main event. Saturday Night Main Event, but it kind of makes sense now with the fact that it just came out that Damian Priest going to be, or sorry, Drew McIntyre's going to be on TV for quite a bit of time now filming a movie. So they had to kind of put it here instead of at a pay-per-view, which this would have made more sense at a pay-per-view, given it allowed to be more violent, more time probably. Um, the story was told and it was told decently. They had a lot of callbacks to some of their older matches. I'm gonna give it a silver solely because the feud's been 2 years in the making and it's been an outstanding feud. But like I said, for a blood feud and a likely want to kill each other on sight type of feud, this to me this cage match fell kind of flat. Jesse Ventura was the money on this match. He was in commentary and he was that old school throwback heel commentator. He even mocked Priest for walking out the door instead of climbing over the cage after he concerto Damien Priest, pretty much calling him a little bitch coward in a different way, roundabout way. But they've had better matches in general. Like that WrestleMania street fight, incredible. They've had just on TV good matches with each other. This just seemed like it was rushed because it was on TV on NBC and they couldn't do a lot of violence. All they were really allowed to use was steel chair and they didn't really use it that much. I thought it was did the job for what it was supposed to do to tell the story, but in general, I'm gonna give it a silver, but it's not their best match. And then we had what everyone feared was gonna happen, did not happen. We had the main event for the WWE Championship, Logan Paul, and this is what people don't realize: it's the second time he's fought a member of this family for that belt. Roman Reigns, who had Crown Jewel almost 2 years ago now, 3 years ago maybe, and now he fights big or main event Jay. Um, A lot of teasing that Logan was going to win this thing at certain times. He even used his loaded arm. Um, excuse me, guys. The fact that Logan took parts of this match and took him for long stretches, and then Jay made his comebacks, made you believe that Logan was maybe going to win this match. But I think WWE understands the fact they can't put the belt on a guy who can't go to a lot of countries that they go to. So that makes sense. In general, Jay's getting so much better in the ring, and Logan. People hate on Logan, but the man is actually very good at doing what he does. He's not a great wrestler, but the things he does great. Like Karrion Kross said, if you guys have seen that interview. Um, there's even the tease that well, not the tease, John Cena interfered and even tried to cost Jey Uso the belt. And then Cody came back. Yep, the quarterback is back, as they like to call him, and he helped Jey Uso. He even hits a crossroad on John Cena, allows Jey Uso to spear Logan Paul because Logan Paul distracted because a wrestler getting attacked at ringside, another wrestler has to pay attention. Hits the Uso splash. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes gets on the microphone, and the main event of Money in the Bank, instead of having an actual champion defend their title, it's going to be Logan Paul and John Cena versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. Interesting. So I guess this is going to lead into Cody Rhodes taking the belt off John Cena at SummerSlam probably, and then John Cena can turn heel. Face, and we can cheer him and applaud him finally for the last little bit of his run before it's all over. Um, I'm gonna give it for everything that was a part of that match and everything like that. I'm gonna give this a gold plus. The story was driven perfectly. It even had little teases and nuggets of certain things that were gonna happen in the future. It gave you the threat that Logan may have won the belt at certain times, but you knew WWE was never gonna let Logan win the belt. Um, as a show in general, I'm gonna give it a silver plus. It was good. It was entertaining. It was very story driven. And if you have not been following the product, you don't get what the stories are about because that's how you got anything on the internet. Was it the best show in the world? No. Is it better than something that other companies could put out? Probably, because I've seen a lot of the other products from other companies, and no, I'm not just talking AEW. And although AEW lately has just been swinging foul balls, in my personal opinion, like for some godforsaken reason, they've gone to this fantasy where like to have girls kick each other in the vagina. Explain that to me. I don't think I understand it myself, but apparently it's the last couple of Tony Storm matches have ended with box kicks and other such things. And not to mention, the only good thing in AEW, in my opinion, right now is Hangman Page versus Will Ospreay, and that match is tonight. And you know what? I may not watch the show, but I will do my predictions for that show in a little bit. But as you guys saw, Toddy wants to go out, so I'm gonna give this show, being Saturday Night Main Event, I'm gonna give it a silver plus. It's upper echelon, but it's not like wow out of this world grid. It was good enough to do the job to entertain you for a couple of hours. If you haven't had the chance to watch it, go on YouTube and look up the highlights, and that's pretty much all you need to do. And I'll talk to you guys maybe in a little bit talking about AEW's pay per view coming up today. All right, peace.